Today's program is sponsored by The Anthony Vincent Salon. Say hello to beautiful.
Fashion, music, wellness.
And don't forget sex.
Mostly sex.
If it's trending, they'll be talking about it. Trend Radio is right here.
And right now, I'm Anthony Vincent.
And I'm Elise.
And we always have something great to say.
Because it's us. So stay tuned.
You'll be glad you did. Good morning, Elise.
Good morning, Anthony.
Mike, how you doing today? I'm doing great. How you doing, Mike?
I'm doing very well. Doing very well.
Glad to hear it.
Okay.
Always glad to hear it.
Oh, what an interesting day in history today. Today is the first day of Passover.
Yes. Passover actually started last night. It was Erev last night, the 22nd. Do you know what Passover is?
I do not.
Okay. Well, Passover is a very important Jewish festival. And that's where the Jewish people celebrate as a commemoration of their liberation by God from slavery in Egypt. Yeah. Moses. Yeah. Go Moses.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Set my people free.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about the matzah. Okay? Like they didn't have enough time for the bread. They were, they knew they were going on quite the journey because they were leaving. And they just didn't have enough time for that bread to rise. So that's how we got this unleavened bread, matzah, that you love, that I slather cream cheese on for you. Yeah.
Yummy, yummy, yummy.
Yeah.
I got matzah in my tummy.
Exactly.
Did you bring any in today?
Sorry. No.
All right.
But you know what?
We're going to pick some up at...
I'll tell you what.
At Fred and Murray's.
No, I'll just run over to ShopRite, okay? I'll get you some matzah, but I'll make sure that you have
Matzah from ShopRite? It's like Fred Murray sounds like the matzah would be better there.
It's not. They get the same thing. They just
do.
buy it from ShopRite too. Okay, but I'll go over and I'll make sure that you have your matzah for today. But I have to tell you another thing. Yesterday was Jelly Bean Day.
Now, my question is, like, jelly beans are like a symbolic of the Easter egg. Can you eat jelly beans on Passover?
Yes, they're sugar. It's sweet.
Okay.
And Passover is a sweet holiday.
Even though it's a little Easter egg.
It's really not. It's a jelly bean.
Oh, okay.
It's a bean.
Okay.
Jack threw a whole bunch out the window, and then there was a stalk. Okay. Off to like Never Never Land.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Well, we have a few more dating rules that everyone needs to start following right now.
Absolutely.
Including Mike.
I'm listening.
Alrighty, Mike. Never, ever include your face on any recognizable features from your room in a naked photo to a hookup.
Of course.
Because not only will they recognize the room, they'll know it's you.
Of course.
And, if you're plastering your junk all over Facebook,
yeah. You know what? I have to tell you something. I actually gave this advice to somebody that I know.
Did you really?
I sure did.
Who?
I'll never tell.
I know.
I have to just tell
do.
you this one thing, though. So I saw a picture of this person in a room. Okay? And I was like, oh, my God. I know that. Oh, my God. Yeah. Don't do that.
Okay. Well, then I just want to see the room. Was it decorated nicely?
It was simple.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's a scary looking room at this point.
Well, now, if you have between 2 or 3 months of living in beautiful limbo land with a new hookup, after that, it's time for that awkward conversation. It's time to define the relationship. It's your DTR.
Your DTR?
Yes, time to define the relationship.
Define the relationship.
That's
Wow.
right. You have 3 choices.
Wow.
You either continue to have an open-ended hookup relationship, but definitely hook up with other people if you're not already.
As long as you're careful.
That's right. You go monogamous, or you stop. Whichever way the conversation works out, it will be a very revealing conversation about your prospects with that person.
Wow. Yeah, I could see that it would be. Yeah.
So that's our dating rules for this week. And oh, Elise, do we have a sexy show today?
Don't we always, though?
Yes.
We always kind of have a sexy show.
That's true. I mean, that's
Well, we're sexy. So, yeah, it works.
Well, you are.
I know. You know, it's so funny. Mike, he's looking at me like, but you're supposed to say, so am I.
I think that you're just so sexy that he was speechless and he realized how sexy you were.
Is that
again.
what it is?
He rediscovered the sexiness.
I see. Oh, you guys are good. You guys want me to feed you. I know. I get it. It's okay. It's all good. I brought something. I brought you something.
Oh, well. You always do. I can always count on you.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're going to be talking about what happens to your body when you start having sex.
When you start having sex?
That's right. You're a virgin.
Oh.
Not you.
Oh, you mean at that point?
Yes. So
okay.
we're probably talking about
that's a long time ago.
A couple younger.
Yeah,
gals.
younger. Yes. Okay.
Yes. But you know, we're very early into 2016, and you know, I've come across some very surprising ways to meet women in 2016.
Oh, this is missing from my life.
Well, not for us, but for our listeners and for people who have a little more difficulty in meeting people than we do.
I'm curious at what you've come across because I'm curious.
Okay. Well, here it is. It's a new year. You're trying to meet women. You're frequenting the produce section at your grocery store, but it isn't producing any luck with the ladies.
Okay.
In fact, what was the movie that guys in the frozen food
Oh my gosh, you know, it's our favorite, one of our favorites.
It is.
My Blue Heaven with Steve Martin.
Yes.
Yeah, and he says to Carol Kane.
Right. You shouldn't be in this aisle.
Yeah, it's the Frozen, and she's like, you know, why?
'Cause you're gonna melt all this stuff.
That's perfect.
And where does she go?
I don't remember.
She goes, and she gets weak in the knees.
Weak in the knees. I didn't remember.
Yes. Yes.
That movie is so funny. Do you remember the part where he's paying for the steaks? He got his own little price changer, and he made all the steaks like $2. You know? Do you remember that?
Yes,
yeah,
I do.
That's a funny one.
I want to watch that tonight. That is really.
That's a funny one. I don't know. Is it on Netflix?
It is. It is.
Okay, why don't you Netflix and chill? Okay?
All right. That sounds good. Anybody that wants to Netflix and chill with Anthony Vincent, email us now.
trendradio920@gmail.com. Oh, you'll be glad you did.
Yes, you will. Anyway. There is a surplus of dating apps. There's Tinder, Coffee Meets Bagel, Hinge, Happen, Bumble, you know, but...
One of my friends actually told me a little something about Coffee Meets Bagel. Oh. But anyway, go on.
There's an app, Hot Dog Meets Bagel.
or Donut.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I don't do these things. My thumb, I think, would cramp up. But anyway, so how do you really meet women in a digital age without resorting to that mass messaging of women?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, there are alternative conversational ways of meeting women, and it doesn't require you to leave your living room.
Okay.
Alrighty.
So you're in your living room.
Okay.
And you're meeting women.
Oh, yes.
Oh, boy.
Okay. There's Uberpool.
Uberpool?
Uberpool. Okay.
Explain.
Alrighty. That gives you the option to share a ride and the cost of your commute with another person headed in a similar direction. It's almost like blind dating.
I see. I don't really think it's really almost like blind dating because, see, the gal who's taking the Uber, she's going somewhere hot and sexy and fabulous, and she has a place to be. And the guy who is like honing in on this ride, where's he going? He's going to try and meet her?
The whole thing, it's Uber Pool, not Uber, it's Uber Pool. And so if the gal is on Uber Pool for a ride, she's looking for a guy to share a ride with. You never know.
So this is how it's going.
Now, Uber just started something for women. It is Uber Gal.
Uber Gal.
Yes, and if you're a woman and you want to feel more safe, Uber Gal gives you a ride, an Uber ride with a female driver. So you can be a gal in the car with another gal.
Wow.
That just started. I thought that was very interesting.
Very interesting. You're absolutely right.
Now, there's another place called Meetup, and
I heard something about that.
Yeah, their slogan is "Find your people."
Find your people. Yeah. There's, I think, one locally too.
Is there really?
I think there is. I don't know. One of my clients was telling me about it. They're doing something. I thought it was something with Meetup.
Okay, and what Meetup does is it caters to those people that are looking for nearby city dwellers with shared interests.
I think there is, and I think there's also one with their pets too. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, it's called Meet My Dog.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so that I have a client who did that.
Really?
Yeah.
Meet My Dog?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know this is really interesting too. You know, I've had a couple of dogs, and I always go to the dog park, and every time I do, I meet somebody interesting.
Oh my gosh. Anytime I'm at the dog park also. Same thing.
Yeah.
Dogs are running around. It's a lot of fun. You can just sit there and chat and meet all kinds of people.
That's right. And you know, it's a locally based social app, and it lets you make
a safe
it's
way,
Tinder for your dog, yeah.
But it's not necessarily for your dog, it's for you.
Well.
But it's a safe way to meet people that you know. Most people that love animals, I think, are wonderful people. Mm-hmm. Most people, I mean, like there are some people that can be mass murderers and still love animals and not hurt animals. But I'm just saying that I would say most people are lovely that love animals. So,
well, you know, they love kids too. I'm gonna tell you what I used to do, and I really had a ball. I really had a ball doing this.
Who loves kids?
I do. They taste like chicken if you fry them up just right.
Yeah. Don't say that.
Well, anyway,
That's gross.
you know, I'm a beach guy.
Yes.
And
we've heard this story.
You have? I told this story before?
On the air.
Oh, I have.
You have.
All right, then I'll just be real quick with it then. You know,
He's got to still say it.
My buddy and I used to go to the beach, and we used to bring his little son along. And he was so damn cute. And the gals would just gather around, and if there was anybody that we wanted to meet, we would send him over to say to the gal, "Hi, you're pretty. Do you want to come and meet my daddy?"
Oh, funny.
And that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm sure that it was.
And it was.
I believe you.
You're just jealous.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Extremely. That's me, the jealous one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, if you're not into meeting strangers by yourself, you can tag team. There's another app called Groper.
Groper?
Groper.
Is it called Groper? Are you sure?
No, it's actually Grouper.
Grouper. Okay. Okay.
Well,
I was gonna be like Groper.
That sounds like a great app. There'd be a lot of guys. On
I want to grope you. Yeah, but there would be no women. Like, who wants to be groped?
I do.
Okay.
And
you know what?
I get groped all the time in the salon. And it's usually by octogenarians. They walk by and they pinch my butt.
I watch.
How come the young ones don't pinch my butt? It's always the old ones.
Well, I don't know. I'll have to ask next time. Next time a young, sexy girl walks in, I'll just wink at her and say, hey, go grope Anthony. Okay?
Yeah, and that could be a real opportunity for me to open up a sexual harassment charge.
Yeah.
There'd be like a revert, and I'll bet you it goes nowhere. I bet you it goes nowhere.
Okay, dokie.
Anyway, what Grouper does is, it sets up drinks between your friends and their friends without even forcing you to exchange any kind of messages. You just show up.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and if it fails, you got your friends as a backup, so everybody's there.
Right,
in a group.
and it's a whole group. Yeah,
Called
that's
Grouper.
nice. And you meet another group. That's great.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
And then there is Bon Appetit.
Oh, how nice.
You
can go have appetizers together?
That's right. You meet some strangers over some good food. And what it does is it lets travelers and local people, find home-cooked meals at local residents.
Wow.
And you can,
That's very
experience
cool. Are you having allergy issues today?
I am.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're all nasally and everything. I hear this as you're talking about, these little appetizers.
Well, yeah, you talk about food and I just begin to salivate.
Yeah, you're getting. You should see him. He's all red. He's got like this, stuffy nose kind of thing going on.
Yeah.
And this little sore throat.
I'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm not worried.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
I'm not worried.
That's really good. You meet people. You begin relationships. But what happens, if you're a couple that's been together for some time, or you've been together with your co-host, and you get the silent treatment?
Isn't that awful?
Which it is, Elise.
I agree with you. Mm-hmm. You're the king. You're the king of the silent treatment. The second he doesn't want to hear something or do something or deal with something, he turns around. He turns around. Stop it.
I can't hear you.
See? He turns around. He walks away. He's done. Remember that third thing that I was talking? Remember?
That was the third thing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm telling you, Elise, the silent treatment doesn't work.
It doesn't, and it's mean.
It is mean.
Yes. You're mean.
No, Elise. This is a form of emotional and verbal abuse.
I agree.
And it's a manipulation tactic.
It's awful, and you do it all the time. You are the silent treatment king.
You manipulate, and it's ineffective, and it hurts.
It does. It's painful. It's very upsetting.
The silent treatment, makes you feel worthless, makes
Absolutely.
you feel unloved, hurt, confused,
really awful?
frustrated, angry, and unimportant.
I try so hard to tell him this, and he just chooses not to listen. Yeah, it's terrible.
I know. It's awful.
It's awful.
It's awful, and I don't know why you do this.
I don't know why
all
you
the
do
time.
it.
You do it on the air. Wait. Okay, wait a minute.
He's doing
Do you
it.
need me to give you a minute, Anthony?
I need a
I
minute.
think he needs a minute.
I need a minute, Mike. I'll be fine.
I think he
Okay.
does.
Okay, wait a minute.
That was nice.
Okay, I'm
You want me to
okay.
get you some Ben and Jerry's?
I will have some Ben and Jerry's.
I think he needs some.
I want the chunky monkey.
Oh, the chunky monkey.
Elise.
Yes.
When you sulk or pout or refuse to talk about a problem, accept an apology or make a decision, you're not only shutting out your co-host, your partner, you're being cruel. It's like saying, I don't care, or whatever, rolling your eyes around Elise. And, using the silent treatment is just a cop-out.
I agree.
Well, thank you.
No problem.
I'm glad we agree on something.
No problem. We agree on plenty. And definitely on that. I definitely think the silent treatment is mean.
It is.
Yes. So do yourself a favor and try not to do it.
All right. If your spouse or co-host, Elise, denies giving you the silent treatment by saying, it's just a cooling off period, I need some space.
Oh, you know what? That right there. Did you hear that? I just need space. I just need some time alone just to relax. That's you. Classic you.
That is classic.
You.
Well, let me point out in a
My
respectful...
co-host. My co-host.
Let me point out in a respectful tone of voice that I am not a mind reader, and
Oh my God.
And
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Mike. Oh my God. That's all I can say is, oh my God.
the need for the space should be expressed prior to your period of silence, and there should be a time limit to want to cool off and get your act together.
Oh, sometimes you need quite some time.
Yeah, well, I know with you, Elise, it's only a few weeks. Or...
You know what? I have to be honest with you. I am so blessed that this co-host of mine, when I actually am upset or have an issue, he will sit down and respectfully listen to me. That's the reality.
It's painful, but I do what needs to be done.
Yes. It's better for him.
Yes, it is. It definitely is better.
Yeah.
You know, some experts on this, seriously, recommend not acknowledging the silence or the cold shoulder mode. And they say that you should leave your spouse alone to sulk.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. And don't respond to threats. I'm leaving.
No,
it's time to quit.
No.
I'm done. Don't respond.
No, it says don't respond with threats, not to threats.
Oh.
That's what the information is. Do not be threatening during this time. No, okay? Do not. When the person is that upset, you don't need to threaten them too. What the hell? What's wrong with you?
Like, do you see what she
Oh
does
my
in
God.
front of hundreds and thousands of people? She puts me down like that on the
my
air.
God.
I'm Anthony freaking Vincent, damn it.
Okay, big boy. Stand up straight and act like it.
Well, Elise, I do recognize the tactic of not talking is a control tactic.
Okay.
No,
That
I'm not
is
saying
true.
that you do it.
Yes,
But
you know
it
that
is.
I don't actually.
No, you don't. I'm joking.
No, that actually
this
is.
just makes for good radio.
Of course, that actually is a control thing,
That's right.
and that's something that you actually used to do all the time. But the vernacular you
What did I used to do?
turn around and walk away
Oh yeah.
and be the silent ghost.
No. I just walked away, and I would do something interesting that I wanted to do. But if you did talk to me, I would respond with a soft, courteous voice.
You want to hear something though? That's not true. You would ignore. You did.
Really?
Yeah. Yep, you would ignore it.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
And you wouldn't even take, you know what you once did? I have a really funny one. This is a good one. Mike, listen to what he did.
La la
So,
la 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 la.
I called the salon.
La 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 la.
Can you
la,
stop
la,
singing,
la.
please? I called the salon. I was homesick. I called the salon and I needed to talk to him, and he wasn't talking to me, but I needed to talk to him. And
She always needs to talk about something, Mike.
he wouldn't get on the phone, and he actually said, "Tell her I'm with a client." Okay? Knowing that I could hear. But and I
He was
like,
giving you the silent treatment.
big time.
Yeah.
Big time. For days.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
a bad sign.
Wait. How good do you feel now? You feel good about that choice?
I feel good. I feel good.
You feel good about that choice after reading this? You don't feel good about that choice. That was not nice. You're not a mean person.
No, I'm not.
You're a good, nice guy.
As Michael Jackson told
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Paul McCartney. That's right. Well, there's a survey of over 2,000 Americans, and they found that 67% of them admitted to using the silent treatment, deliberately not speaking to a person in their presence.
See, I never do that. I think that's actually awful.
It is.
It is awful.
But, the silent treatment was used by males as much as females, which really was surprising because I thought that was like a girl thing.
Really? Then why did you do it?
Trying to make a point.
I don't even understand that, but okay.
What do you remember this?
Tell me.
Did you
What
see
a
that,
face.
Mike White? Watch this.
What a face he's
Okay,
making right
look.
now. It's terrible.
It was like Elise, stop that. That was the face. That was the face.
Yeah, I got a double dose of it.
You got it. Okay, you saw it.
Yeah, well, you saw it on him. I didn't do that face, but I mean, that's his face. I only wish that we could explain this to our listeners right now because they would love this. See,
Let's take a picture of that face and post it on
our website.
On the website.
Should we take your face and post that?
No,
that's
do
rough.
your face.
No, I'm not making that face. I can't make that face that you just made.
Well, getting back to the story.
Yes.
You know, the silent treatment is really meant to push an emotional button on the other person. And that other person will go to great lengths to attempt to restore the communication with the abuser. And that level of control is precisely what the abuser is looking for.
Absolutely. I could not have said that better myself.
Really?
Yeah. That was fantastic.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
You being the abuser.
Well, you know, it's a way to vent anger at the other person, you know, by not verbally expressing anger and also by avoiding showing anger. So you're pushing in the anger, and the abuser is allowed to feel as if the victim is the person at fault for whatever is wrong.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is something.
And if the victim responds to the silent treatment with anger, the abuser is doubly vindicated.
Yeah. I knew you used to get off on that. Wow.
Yeah, I get off on it. And, you know, just when you thought you knew everything about human sexuality, along comes a new study.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Do share.
Sensual, erotic, and sexual behaviors of women from the kink community.
Now you're into kink?
Not me. This is in the Archives of Sexual Behavior.
Okay.
This researcher, Jennifer Rehor, surveyed about 1,600 women in the kink community and their participation in 126 erotic and sexual behaviors.
Wow.
And this thing is like a gold mine of modern sexual terminologies, you know.
Really?
Yeah. And
like what? Like, I'm really curious.
Well, okay.
I want to know if I know any of it.
Oh, okay. Masculinization.
Masculinization. I've actually never heard that.
No, either have I.
Okay.
And another one is forced cross-dressing.
Forced cross-dressing?
Forced cross-dressing.
What does that mean? You're forcing somebody to cross-dress?
Yeah.
Who would do that?
The members of the king. Well, these gals would.
They make their guy dress like a girl? They make them?
Yes,
and the guy does it?
They're the dominant. And the men are the submissive.
Yeah, I don't get it.
No, I don't get that.
I don't get that.
If I was a gal, that'd be a turnoff for me. But,
well, I have to be honest with you. And wait, let me just say this. I am a gal, and that would be a turnoff for me.
Sure.
That would be.
But, there are, and actually, we have a client who's a dominatrix. I actually think we have two.
Okay.
And
I mean, hey, that's fine. Whatever you're into.
But the men pay them to.
Oh boy.
Put them down and make them do things. You know, put on a bra and panties and vacuum the carpet. In fact, one of my clients she's so funny. She was saying, yeah, she would do this, and she would have the guys in a bra and panties vacuum and dust her house while she would degrade them. And she said she not only made money, she got her house cleaned. The true story.
Oh my God.
Story.
I have to tell you now, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. That's great. You know what? I like that. The cleaning thing. Oh, wow. I love that.
We just got to get you some leather and some spikes.
Yeah. Yeah. That's perfect. I'll do it. I'll do it. As long as I don't have to do anything else and they can come clean my house.
Yep. Oh, no. That is not a sexual thing.
I know.
It's a power thing.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm fine with that.
dominatrix do not have sex with their
Listen,
subs.
I'm really good with that. I'm really good with
That's
that.
right. I forgot you're Jewish. You're good with not having sex. I forgot.
Oh my God, that's not what I was talking about. I don't like to clean, okay? I do it and I don't like it, okay? And my cleaning lady, all right, she can't even find me, but that's besides the point. I like the idea of having somebody come over. I don't care if they're wearing a bra and panties and I'm telling them what to do. Go! Clean. That's fantastic. That's what I was talking about.
There you go. Now we know the inside story. The rest of the story.
Rest.
Well, so some of the findings, wouldn't surprise anybody. 85% of these participants enjoyed receiving a good spanking.
Oh.
And 75% of them wanted to bite their lovers.
Really?
Bite them.
Bite them?
Like a wolf.
Wow.
Biting and tearing and ripping that skin.
Mm-hmm. I understand.
And 85% are into light bondage.
Okay, light bondage?
I
What
guess-
is the difference between light bondage and bondage?
All right. Well, a light bondage would be
Maybe
a
where
silk,
it doesn't hurt.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
silk tie. Duct tape.
As opposed to, handcuffs that are made of steel
Yeah,
and they're
really
tight.
tying up rope, things like that.
Yeah, okay.
So, well, and we talked about the imposed masculinization and the forced cross-dressing.
Imposed? So they're becoming very masculine.
Yes, the women.
Okay, and they make the guy dress like a woman. I
Yes.
see, and be very feminine.
Yes,
Okay,
they become the man. And they may paint a mustache on or something like that.
I see.
I
got it. I've never. Yeah. Wow.
But I don't understand this forced masculinization, this forced cross-dressing thing.
Well, no, I understand it completely. This is a guy now. This is a woman pretending to be a man who is taking her man and making him a woman.
That's right.
Okay, so I get it.
But what's wrong with just asking nicely? Will you wear my panties?
Well, that's a whole different thing. Then it becomes, hey, baby. You know what I mean?
Then it's a different thing.
Yeah, it's a completely different thing.
Okay.
This is, and then she's being sexy, and he'll do anything she wants him to do. And he'll put her panties on because, she was wearing them. And then he'll be wearing them, and then that's sexy if he could fit into them.
I was just going to say, what if they're too big for him?
Or too small. But that's besides the point.
Or they're too small, that making him, squeeze into them, that might be a control thing too.
Whatever that is. Whatever it is. But that's a completely different thing than forcing him to put on lace and, a little skirt and a little sheer blouse. And, that's a completely different thing. Thigh-high boots.
Well, no. This next one is a completely different thing.
Okay, I'm waiting.
Oh, this is nuts. Sex with a fantasy corpse.
Ew.
Yeah.
A fantasy? What is fantasy about a corpse?
Well, sex with a corpse, but it's not a real corpse.
Oh my God!
They
so
make
your
the
person,
guy pretend he's dead.
and he has to just lay there.
He just lays there like a corpse, and 7% of these women enjoy that activity.
I don't understand.
But that's 7% out of 1,600 women. That means 108 women surveyed for this study said, yeah,
I don't get it.
I definitely like to pretend he's dead and I'm having sex with him.
Oh my gosh.
Is that crazy?
That is crazy. I don't get it.
That is crazy. I don't even understand that. Like that, I just don't get. I understand because, when I was married, it was like having sex with a corpse.
Okay.
So I do understand that.
You know what? That I'm not even going to touch that one.
Does it maybe have something to do with like domination over the supernatural or something?
It could.
Maybe something.
It's beyond.
I'm trying to justify it any way I can. I can't think of that. That's all I got.
Well,
I don't think that's what it is, but I don't understand that.
I don't know either. Or it could be just like maybe it's not dead. Maybe it's like plain dead because they like them limp or something. Or,
I don't know any girl who likes her man limp.
I don't know.
I don't get it. But just so you both
one of my
understand something.
Said to me, I can't even believe she said this.
Okay, but I have to.
Listen. And she said, I've never seen one soft.
Okay, but I have to just tell you, in all seriousness, the corpse, just so you know, the male corpse would not be limp, but that's not the point. I don't understand why the woman wouldn't want movement or
it's control. This is all about control.
Wow. That is one hell of a controlling woman.
Yeah, well, this is the kink community. And
Stay away from that.
And the kink community like brings sexual activities to a whole another level. I mean, it's just crazy. It's just like a whole another level. It's crazy. I'm saying it's a whole another level. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Oh,
that is great. I don't know how you get me with that every time.
Well, there was a recent study. Now, talking about a corpse, and you wonder how does this corpse not stay firm instead of docile, but there was this study where, and this is serious now, where scientists found that men with erectile dysfunction had a 70% higher risk of dying within an 8-year period than those that had stronger erections.
Really?
Yeah. ED is caused and can be caused a bunch of things by high cholesterol, hypertension, diabetes, obesity, and it may also be an early sign of heart disease.
Yeah, that's rough.
Mm-hmm. So if you don't have ED and you've had a vasectomy, a study shows that guys with vasectomies have sex one more time per month than the guys without having vasectomies.
Really?
Yeah. The reason is unclear, but I don't know. I don't think I would notice if I was having sex one more time. If I was having sex like 5 or 10 more times, that would be noticeable. But one more time, just because you have a vasectomy?
I don't think you'd notice either.
Yeah. Well, what I think is that your partner is less worried about the pregnancy or, birth control side effects.
Sure. And it's not that big a deal.
That's right.
Yeah, so there's no worry there. So it's like, wherever we are.
That's right, guys. Vasectomies rarely have any complications. And you don't have to tell.
That is true.
You don't have to tell.
Because they just don't know.
They don't know. That's right. But, be careful who you're having sex with. We always say this. STDs are on the rise again.
Absolutely. So if you're having sex with multiple partners, wrap it up.
Wrap it up, baby. There's a new report from the CDC, and it reveals that chlamydia rates are one of the highest ever. Gonorrhea has increased 10% since 2010, and syphilis has tripled in the last 15 years. And possible reasons are that these hookup apps, they take you outside your social circle, and in a general relaxation of caution, since those early days of AIDS.
Wow.
So,
you have to be really careful.
It's easy with all of these dating sites, and, and there are places you go just looking for sex.
Absolutely. People do all the time.
Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back with our main story right after this.
Need a salon that's about the whole you? Precision haircuts, flawless makeup, impeccable nails, top-rated professional hair products. Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for a hairstylist who has his finger on the pulse of all the latest trends? Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for a dependable salon with over 35 years in the industry? Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for New York City and internationally trained stylists that will create the perfect look for you? Anthony Vincent Salon. Shine brightly while walking down the aisle. Anthony Vincent Salon. For longer, thicker, beautiful hair extensions, Anthony Vincent Salon. Incredible makeup applications for weddings, proms, or any special occasions. Anthony Vincent Salon. Have dry, brittle summer hair? Get a hot shot. Anthony Vincent Salon. Before you put a ring on it, manicure it. Anthony Vincent Salon. Your image is their specialty. For the 150,000 hairs on your head, there's only one choice. Anthony Vincent Salon. For a more beautiful you, call now 609-448-2212 and follow them on Twitter.
This program may contain adult themes. Listener discretion is advised.
Elise, do you remember the first time you started having sex? I know it was a long time ago. A long, long time ago.
And now you will understand what the silent treatment is about.
Mike, you remember your first time?
Yep.
Yo. All right. Tell us about it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, you don't have to. No. That's not a study. And that's probably... Oh, are you kidding me? Dwayne
I'll be
beat
very
down
vague.
the door.
I'll be very vague. It was nice and simple.
Okay.
There you go.
Right, enough said.
And there you have it.
All right. Well, I would think you'd probably have a whole laundry list of questions about, what'll be different from now on, the first time that you have sex. But you never know about how you're going to feel emotionally after you've chosen to lose your virginity. Whether it's the first time, will it be any good or anything like that? So there was a study, and it followed 6,000 young adults by the Journal of Sex Research.
Male and female?
Male and female.
Okay.
And the study found that more women today are enjoying their first time at sexual intercourse than ever before.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder why that is.
I think the times it's more open.
I was just about to say it's because they're probably more knowledgeable.
Much more knowledgeable.
And they understand it a little bit differently.
Yes.
Yeah.
And aside from, any emotional concerns that come along with losing your virginity, you probably have some inquiries about the changes that'll happen
to your body.
In your body post-sex.
Yeah. There are a lot.
Yeah. And, and let's get some of the most obvious out of the way.
Okay.
All right. You're at risk for getting pregnant.
Absolutely. Wrap it up.
That's right. Make sure.
We say that.
That's right. Make sure you have whatever form of birth control that you choose.
Mm-hmm.
And also, you should know that that sex shouldn't affect your menstrual cycle.
Okay, what is it? What do you mean?
Well, a lot of young gals think that if they start having sex, it might upset or
does it say that in the study?
It says it in the study.
Okay, because I was going to say, how would you know that?
I would only know that from reading the study.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say. Yeah, no, that is true, though. And that is actually a very good question when you first, before you start having sex, of course, but that is a very good question to actually ask.
Of course it is.
Any question's a good question, though.
Mm-hmm. That's right. The only bad question is the one that wasn't asked.
The one that wasn't asked, exactly.
Yes. But aside from those big ones that we just spoke about, there's a few smaller physical changes that you may or may not notice.
Okay, like what?
Okay, your breasts.
What about them?
They become firmer.
Okay.
And what happens is the blood vessels dilate and the tissue in your breasts swell up during and after sex.
Yes, and that also happens when you get excited.
That's right.
Yeah, and that still happens for women all the time. And it happens for men too.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
And breasts can actually enlarge up to 25% bigger than their normal size.
Yes, that is absolutely the truth.
Yeah, and
Depending on how excited.
that's true.
Depending on the level of excitement and your own hormones and your own body makeup.
Of course, everyone is different. Everybody's different.
Yes.
And, everybody's body starts experiencing lots of new reactions, including increased blood flow and muscular tension in places that you never really experienced them before. Like your areola and and your nipples. You mentioned your
Exactly.
nipples.
Well, because that's what happens.
That's right. And this is called vasocongestion.
Vasocongestion.
That's
wow.
the medical term for your breasts and areolas swelling up.
Wow.
Basically, when you get aroused, you get goosebumps, the areolas swell, and the nipples become hard, and all of these, contribute to reaching an orgasm.
Exactly. Well, you know where that starts, though. It happens in your brain.
It happens in your brain, and your brain gets flooded with those happy hormones.
Yeah, serotonin.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep. And oxytocin.
Oh, yes.
And orgasms release a lot of oxytocin.
A lot.
Yes. That's the hormone that makes you happy, makes you content.
Glad.
And yes. And oh, so connected with your partner.
Exactly.
In fact, we had an old staff, no longer with us, but weren't they all taking some kind of happy pill? And they needed it too.
And
let me tell
all
you.
they needed to do is just have a good old orgasm.
That's right. That's all they needed. So, but I hope they're happy.
I know
wherever they're at, whatever they're doing.
I know that you hope that.
Yes, of course. And I wonder if they have any extra happy pills for whenever someone winds up giving someone the silent treatment.
Oh, you're still in the silent treatment, are you?
No, I was just saying it was in the study.
Oh.
You see, the studies show that a woman's brain is capable of releasing much bigger amounts of oxytocin than men.
Yes.
Yeah, and my brain, it's my
Yes.
second favorite organ.
Yeah. We all know your first.
What's my first favorite organ?
Your heart.
That's right.
I know.
Now, at the same time, you're likely to also find that sexual encounters release dopamine.
Yes.
And that increases confidence and encourages social behavior, as well as testosterone, which encourages you to speak up for yourself in other areas of your life.
Yes.
And to walk with confidence, what is
what?
What is sexy?
Oh, confidence.
Confidence is sexy.
Yeah, don't go anywhere without it.
That's right.
Yeah. Even if you're faking it, it's okay. Fake it.
Fake it till you make it.
Absolutely.
And we talk a lot about vaginas here, and
Yes,
vaginas.
you are obsessed with them.
I'm not obsessed. I like them.
You talk a lot about them. You could have fooled me.
Well, they are amazing little creatures.
They're creatures now.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Before you started having sex, your uterus was pretty inactive, but after you started having sex, it's a
Absolutely.
completely different story.
Completely different story.
Completely different. And
Well, everything changes. I mean, let's face it. Okay, this is just, I don't even know how to say this without it. I know it's got to be, I hope it's part of this study, but when you're having sex, of course everything changes because you're putting something inside you, inserting something inside you, right?
that's not in the study.
It's not in the study. It's in the study.
What are you talking about? A chicken wing?
I'm talking. You're the one who brought up the vagina.
Well, when you start having sex,
Yeah, wait.
and
I see it, yes. Elasticity changes, and
that's
there's a reason
right.
for that.
That's right. The whole vagina area swells
Listen.
up. Your uterus rises up a little bit.
Let me tell you something. With sexual intercourse, okay? Yeah, That happens. Once you're having sex, that's intercourse. That happens. Something's going inside that vagina, okay? Think about this for a minute. Yeah. Changes. It's in the study.
That's right. But 20 minutes after, winding down a little bit, it returns to their normal size.
Absolutely.
And
And, it's the same as when you have a baby.
That's right.
It stretches to accommodate having that baby, and then it goes right back to normal.
That's right. It's called elasticity.
Yes, and it's the best organ on earth, okay, because it can do amazing things.
I think so.
It could do amazing things.
It makes men do amazing things.
I have to tell you something. It's better than any man, okay? A man can't do what a woman can do.
That's right.
And that is the truth.
If a guy had to do it, they wouldn't get done.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's why you always ask me to do it. I mean, do whatever it is that needs to be done.
That's right.
Exactly.
So, and contrary to popular belief, your hymen doesn't pop the first time you have penetrative sex.
Really?
That's right. Rather, it gradually wears down. The sex gradually wears down your hymen, and that's that ring of tissue around the inside of your vagina.
I know what it is, but
well, not everybody does.
Yeah, but what's interesting is, you're always told that the first time you have sex, you pop your cherry.
That's because you may bleed a little bit.
The first, you know what I mean? And so that's what everybody, that's what you're told.
Right.
Interesting information.
What happens is that vagina teaches itself to stretch a little bit, and that's right. And it is meant to expand to get you ready for sex.
Got it.
And because it's a little tighter and not used to it, and you have this hymen, you could actually, hurt it a little bit.
I got it.
So be gentle, guys.
Yeah.
And you will, your vagina will lubricate itself. And the wetness down there is really a little bit different when you start having sex, but this isn't the last time vaginal wetness will change in your life. Lubricate.
No. That's the truth. Your body actually changes all the time, and every few years. But as far as like the lubrication situation, it will flow from your initial sexual experience until the day you die. And depending on a variety of different factors, including your menstrual cycle, your partner, and your emotional state. So, that's the thing. As far as that goes, if you're not in the mood, there's nothing that's going to flow. And that's the truth. And that's the truth. You know that. I mean, that's true, right?
That's right.
Yeah. If you're not in the mood to have sex, it's nothing.
It ain't going to happen.
No.
Just call my ex. She'll tell you. We had a little, like a little light in our bedroom. And it would be, you turn it one way, the light was red. You turn it the other way, the light was green. Well, the light was never green.
You mean to tell me you had a light that would let you know when you're going to have sex?
She would. And the light was always red.
I have to tell you,
it's like when you're at one of those shops where you have the green thing that you flip over, the token, and they bring the food out to you.
Yep, yeah.
And she just doesn't want the food.
Oh, that is a riot. Well, now I understand really why you're no longer married to her.
That's right.
Yeah, wow.
Sexuality isn't a stagnant thing, and it won't feel the same for the rest of your life.
So funny.
Give yourself room to navigate through the different stages of life, whatever they may be. And I'm at the stage now where I don't know nothing. I got a funny little story over here.
Sure, tell me.
Kind of weird. Mike, we got time. We only got a couple minutes, right?
Yeah, we got a couple minutes.
Alrighty. So, you ever hear of pet lookalikes?
Oh my God, I've seen some.
Yep. Yeah.
I know somebody who her pet looks just like her. Or
Yep.
she looks like her pet. I haven't decided.
That's right. People do.
Yeah.
And also, there's this gal, Jennifer Graham of Louisville, Kentucky. And what she did is she tapped into this huge market when she predicted that animal lovers would appreciate a stuffed version of their pet after the real pet passed away.
Oh, I can understand that.
Yeah?
I can understand there are some people that actually like that. I personally wouldn't want any of the cats that I've lost or my dogs. I don't want little cats or dogs that look exactly like them.
Yeah.
It's bad enough. It's emotional enough.
It's emotional, right? Well, she found it Cuddle Clones Incorporated. And it
good
makes
for her.
these real looking versions of a person's pet based on a photograph.
Oh.
And her company makes anything from like hamsters, parrots, cats, dogs.
Somehow I thought you were going to tell me something like this, that she has this salon and people bring their pets in and they get haircuts that look like their pets. Because I know some women that, I'm telling you, their hair is similar to Farrah Fawcett, and so are their dogs.
That's a story that I'm working on.
Oh, that's
I'm
funny.
I'm looking for something like that to talk about next week. But the materials that she uses are like really lifelike, and they match the pet almost perfectly.
I wouldn't want that.
Either would I. I think it's kind of creepy.
And it would make me feel badly and miss them even more than I do.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah.
I agree, but some pet owners, it helps in the grieving process after their pet dies.
To have one that looks just like them, that's not alive though.
Well, I have my dogs on my mantle.
I have my cats on my night table and in beautiful little boxes all over the place. But little boxes. I know it's them. I know they're there. It's their ashes.
That's
but
right. And I have a picture of them on top of the box.
Okay, yeah.
And some people think that's creepy, but nobody really knows what's in there.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. Yeah. Wow.
You've been listening to Trend Radio, where we talk about what's hot every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Do you want more? Go right to our website, 920thejersey.com. Click on demand and scroll directly to us.
And if you have a topic of interest you want us to discuss, or you'd like to be a guest on our show, email us now at trendradio920@gmail.com. You'll be glad you did.
And remember, your smile is your logo. Your personality is your business card.
But how you make people feel, well, that becomes your trademark.
I'm Anthony Vincent.
And I'm Elise.
We'll talk to you next week.
Bye for now.
And don't forget to tune in next week, where we're going to talk about people who are really into the idea of threesomes.